All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to History Maker Baseball here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave on a Monday night. A rare Monday night broadcast. Got snowed out of my Taekwondo workout, and this is Game 3 of the Pirates-Cubs series, and I did not want to miss putting this one on the stream. So here we are with the deciding game. Hello, Philip Reynolds, and welcome to the chat room. The Pirates are visiting the Cubs. It's going to be Chris Peters for the Pirates against Greg Hibbert for the Cubs. A battle of lefties, both with ERAs just under 4. And your hot batters for the night, Tony Womack for the Pirates and Mark Grace for the Cubs. The cold guys tonight for the Pirates, Turner Ward, who hit into a critical 1-2-3 double play in the top of the 9th inning of Game 2 of this series, which cost his team the chance at some serious insurance runs. And the cold guy for the Cubs, coming off an 0-for-5 night, is Ray Sanchez. Game 2 of this series was very dramatic. The Pirates won the upset in Game 1 at Three River Stadium. The series shifted to Wrigley Field for Game 2, and the Pirates had a chance to close things out with Francisco Cordova on the mound. And in fact, the Pirates took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 9th before the Pirates bullpen imploded, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks, with the game winner being a walk-off walk, bases loaded, issued to Ryan Sandberg, which devastated the Pirates' chances of pulling the upset and forced tonight's Game 3. As a result of that matchup, the Pirates come in tonight as semi-dissonant, and the Cubs come in as semi-harmonious, entering the third and final game of the series. Bad news for the Pirates: Freddie Garcia out of the lineup tonight with an injury. For the Cubs, backup infielder Eric Yelding, should it come down to it, will have the hot designation for tonight's ball game. And the weather tonight is neutral. So those are your particulars for tonight's ball game. We're coming to you from Wrigley Field, which is a semi-small ballpark for both righties and lefties, and a grass diamond. Umpires for tonight, behind home plate, will be the semi-questionable Clinton Parks. Mr. Excitement, Rob exclamation point, is your first base umpire tonight. James Whiteman out at second base, my old Ohio buddy who went on many of these baseball trips with me. And at third base, the most respected man in the gaming business, Play.com owner and developer Keith Avalone. So Keith Avalone here for this big game tonight in History Maker Baseball. And now let us present the starting lineups. For the visiting Pirates, leading off will be Jason Kinder, the catcher. Tony Womack bats second and plays second base. Batting third, the right fielder Jose Guillen. Batting fourth, first baseman Kevin Young. Batting fifth, the center fielder Turner Ward. Batting sixth, Al Martin, the left fielder. The shortstop Lou Collier bats seventh. Doug Strange plays third base and bats 8th. And Chris Peters is your starting pitcher for the Pirates here tonight, batting 9th. For the homestanding Cubs, as the excitement brews here at Wrigley Field, Dwight Smith will lead off and play left field. Ryan Sandberg will be at second base, batting second. Hot-hitting Mark Grace is your first baseman, batting third. Sammy Sosa bats fourth and plays right field. Rick Wilkins, the slugging left-handed catcher, is the number 5 hole hitter tonight. And Steve Buechele will bat sixth and play third base. Batting seventh, the shortstop Ray Sanchez. The veteran Willie Wilson plays center fielder and bats 8th tonight. And the starting pitcher batting 9th, Greg Hibbert. In this battle of lefties, I think we are ready to get things underway, as it will be Jason Kendall stepping in against Greg Hibbert to start things off for tonight's ball game. Hibbert winds and delivers. The pitch is a 1-3-3. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a slugger? No. That's going to go as a fly out to left field. So Kendall with the fly out to start the ball game. And Dwight Smith makes the catch for the first out of the night. That brings the hot-hitting Tony Womack to the plate for the Pirates. The pitch to Womack is a 3-4-5. Do we have an iron catcher? Your catcher tonight is Rick Wilkins, and if I recall correctly, he is a Gold Glover. Indeed, he is rated gold in tonight's ball game. That's going to go as a strikeout. So Womack takes strike 3 looking, and that brings Jose Guillen to the plate and takes us to our baseball right now charge. Guillen is not a hot hitter tonight. As a result of that strikeout, Hibbert is semi-hot. On a roll of 5-6, do we have a hot pitcher? The decider die says no, and that's going to take us to the infield drama chart. Infield drama here in the top of the first. The roll on the infield drama chart is a 2-4. And that is going to go to the second baseman, Ryne Sandberg. Is Sandberg gold? No, he is neutral in 1993. So he is not able to make a highlight reel snag and throw the batter out at first. Instead, Sandberg bobbles the ball, and Guillen winds up at first base on the error. How about that? So that's going to go as an in play and an error on Ryne Sandberg. So Guillen is your base runner at first base with 2 men out, and now Kevin Young, the cleanup hitter, at the plate for the Pirates. The pitch to Young is a 2-3-5. Is the pitcher wild? No. Hibbert is a control guy. Is the batter eager? The decider die says yes. Is the batter a whiffer? Yes. He is struck out. So Kevin Young strikes out to end the top of the first inning, and the Pirates are held scoreless as the Cubs come to bat. Dwight Smith leads off in the bottom of the first. He is a hero and a semi-home run king. And on a roll of 1-4-5, is the pitcher a struggler? No. Nothing in the batter's column, and that's just going to go as a ground out to first base. We'll score that 3-1 if you're scoring at home. And that brings Ryne Sandberg to the plate with the bases empty and 1 man out. Sandberg squaring up against Peters. Here comes a 3-5-6. Are the batter and the pitcher the same? No. Sandberg is a righty. Is the batter a utility or a sad sack? No. That's going to go as a base hit to left. So Ryne Sandberg, after the first inning error, redeems himself by coming to the plate and delivering the game's first hit. That brings the hot-hitting Mark Grace to the plate. Sandberg, a neutral runner at first base. Jason Kendall, your catcher, is a neutral catcher, which would give us a 1-4 chance to steal. So we'll keep that in the back of our minds. We're going to let Grace hit away since he is the hot guy of the night. The pitch to Grace is a 4-4-5. Is the pitcher a workman? No. Is the batter patient? He is semi-patient, and the decider die says yes, and that's going to be a base on balls. So quickly now, 2 men on as the very dangerous Sammy Sosa comes to the plate for the Cubs. Peters needs to bear down here and keep this one from getting out of hand early. The pitch is a 2-2-4. Is Peters pitching at home? No, he is the visiting pitcher. Is the batter a slugger? He is a semi-slugger, but the decider die says no, and that is going to go as a single to right field. And with a lead die of 2, all runners advance 1 base on singles, and that is going to load the bases. So the bases are loaded with 1 out for the catcher, Rick Wilkins. The infield is going to play back. Hope for the double play and perhaps give up a run if they need to to keep one from getting through the infield and busting this game wide open in the bottom of the first. Wilkins, the pitch is a 1-2-6. Is the pitcher fresh? Yes. That is a line out to second base, and that is a big out for Chris Peters. He has the runner forced to hold. Peters now with the chance to get out of this inning unscathed, in spite of loading the bases with only one out. Steve Buechele is your batter. He's already homered once in this series, and he is a righty against the left-hand pitcher Peters. The pitch is a 1-3-4. Do we have a gold catcher? Kendall is a neutral catcher. Do we have a champion hitter? No. So what we have now is outfield drama, and this is going to be a big role here in the early innings. What is going to happen with this outfield drama roll? The roll is a 3-5. Is the left fielder gold? Your left fielder tonight is Al Martin. I don't think he is gold. No, he is a neutral fielder. So he will not be able to get to the looping fly ball. That's going to drop into the gap for a double. A double for Steve Buechele. 2 runs will score. And on a lead die of 3, the runner at first base, Sammy Sosa. Sosa is a semi-active runner, and he will hold up at third base. So a 2-run double for Steve Buechele to get things started here in the bottom of the first. Give Buechele a double. Sandberg will score. Grace will score. Sosa holds at third. Buechele into second, and it is a 2-0 ball game. Still 2 men out now for Ray Sanchez. Sanchez is the cold guy tonight for the Cubbies. But we're going to go now to the team chemistry chart as a result of that last roll. The Cubs are semi-harmonious. The Pirates are semi-dissonant. And on a roll of 1-5, do we have pitching team harmony? The decider die says no. So there will not be a sliding grab of a looping liner. Instead, that's going to go as a bloop single. Sanchez gets one just down in front of Turner Ward in center field. And on a lead die of 1, that is just going to be a, active runner score from second base on any hit. Steve Buechele is a stoic runner, so he's going to hold at third. But another run scores, and it is now a 3-0 ball game. Sosa scores. Buechele holds up at third. Sanchez pulls in first base, and it is now a 3-0 ball game. And that brings the number 8 hitter, Willie Wilson, to the plate. Still 2 men out. Runners at the corners now as Wilson steps in. And the pitch is a 2-2-3. Is the pitcher wild? No. Is the batter a slugger or utility? No. That is going to go as a single to left. Another base hit for the Cubbies. The hits just keep on coming. As Wilson singles. Score Buechele. Sanchez will stop at second base, and it is now a 4-0 ball game. And that brings to the plate Greg Hibbert as the Cubbies bat around here in the bottom of the first. Hibbert, no kind of hit, full utility, full sad sack, full scrapper. And a roll of 5-5-5. Is the pitcher an ace or a star? He is a semi-star. The decider die says yes, and that will be a fly out to right field to end the inning. But what an inning for the Cubs as they jump on Chris Peters for 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. That is going to make Peters a semi-struggler for the rest of the game. Those are my house rules. In Stratomatic, 5 runs makes you weak in 1 inning. Hello, Al Red Sox fan. Welcome to the ballpark. You have, I don't know what time you got into to the ballpark here, but it's already a 4-0 ball game after just 1 inning as the Cubbies have jumped on Chris Peters for 4 runs in the bottom of the first on a series of hits. The 2-run single by Steve Buechele was the big hit that got things going for the Cubbies in that inning. And now the Pirates have to dig themselves out of a hole as Turner Ward comes to the plate to lead off the inning, but he is the cold guy, facing the left-handed pitcher Greg Hibbard. The roll is a 2-6-6. Is there a runner on first? No. Is this the leadoff batter? Yes, it is. That's a single to center field. So Turner Ward picks up the first hit of the Pirates night here, leading off the top of the second. And that'll bring to the plate Al Martin, the left-handed batting left fielder. The pitch to Martin is a 5-5-6. Is Hibbert an ace? No. Is Martin a sad sack? No. That's going to be a double to right field. And the Pirates are coming right up off the bat and making some noise here. Ward is a normal runner, and on a lead die of 5, runners advance 2 bases on singles and score on doubles. So Martin doubles and Ward scores, and it's already a 4-1 ball game. And that brings shortstop Lou Collier to the plate. With Martin now at second base, nobody out yet in this inning. The pitch from Hibbert is a 3-4-6. Nothing on the pitcher's column. Is the batter eager? No. That's going to go as a base on balls. Already Hibbert lets the first 3 guys on base, and that makes him a semi-struggler until he can retire somebody. And that is going to take us to the purple chart, which is the team chemistry. Al says, I was here for those runs. Al, you must be a good luck charm for the Cubbies. Doug Strange is the batter now on the team chemistry chart for the Pirates. The Pirates are semi-dissonant after the meltdown in Game 2. The Cubs are harmonious. The roll is 1-6. Is their batting team distance? Oh, the decider die says yes. So the distracted batter swings at a poor pitch and pops out for the first out of the inning. That'll go as a pop out to the shortstop. And for the moment, that gets Hibbert out of the struggler status. And the runners will hold. So with one out, runners at first and second, your batter is now pitcher Chris Peters. Peters is a semi-utility, so he's not the worst hitter on the planet. And with one, if there were nobody out, we would bunt here, but we're going to let Peters swing away and see what happens. The pitch from Hibbert, it's a 1-3-4. Do we have a gold catcher? Yes, we do. That is a strikeout. And the runners are forced to hold. And with 2 outs, that brings Jason Kendall to the plate with a chance to keep the rally going for the Pirates. Kendall, fine catcher, fine hitter. The roll is 2-4-5. Nothing on the pitcher's column. Is the batter a hero? He's a semi-hero, but oh, the decider die says no. And that will be a pop out to second base to end the inning. Kendall had a pitch he liked, but he just got under it. And Ryan Sandberg moves over to make the play. The Pirates get 1, so they're at least halfway back in, or partway back into the ball game. But they are disappointed that they didn't do more damage. Chris Peters will come back for his second inning of work. And we are going to start the inning on the player experience chart. Peters is a semi-prospect. Dwight Smith is neutral in terms of experience. And the roll is a 5-5. Full count. Batter steps out of the box. Timeout. Play resumes. Roll decider die for base on balls or a strikeout. The decider die comes up empty, so that will be a strikeout. And Ryan Sandberg will come to the plate with 1 out and no on base. Here's Sandberg in against Peters. Singled his first at bat. The roll now is a 2-5-6. Is the pitcher a struggler? He is a semi-struggler. The decider die says yes, and that's going to be a base hit for Sandberg. Another hit for Sandberg. And Sandberg in at first. Bring up the hot-hitting Mark Grace. The Pirates are starting to shuffle around the bullpen, as Peters is on the verge of becoming a struggler if he gives up 2 runs here in the second. The pitch to Grace is a 2-4-6. Is Peters a control? He is a semi-control, but the decider die says no. Is Grace eager or a sad sack? No. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the Pirates are good enough. This is the deciding game of the series. Peters is giving up already 4 runs in the first inning and digging himself a hole here in the second. So we're going to see what the Pirates have available in their bullpen. Sammy Sosa is up to plate, up to bat, followed by Rick Wilkins and Jason Christensen. The Pirates used a lot of bullpen in the first 2 games of this series. They do have a couple of guys who are fully fresh in their bullpen. The righty Elmer Descends and the lefty Jeff Tabaka. Tabaka is actually a star at a semi-flash and has not pitched yet in the tournament, so he is their best choice for a fresh pitcher. So it will be Tabaka coming right into the game for Chris Peters here in the bottom of the second. Peters lasts only 1 1/3 of an inning. He's given up 4 runs, and he's responsible for the 2 base runners. So Peters is out. Tabaka is in the game, and Tabaka will hit the number 9 hole in the batting order. And it will be Sammy Sosa standing in to greet Jeff Tabaka. And of course, History Maker Baseball rules say that when the new guy comes in, when the new pitcher comes in the middle of the inning, he is an ace for the first batter. And with that, we welcome Gutshot High Noon to the ballpark. Thank you for joining us for tonight's action. It is Game 3 of the best out of 3 series between the Cubs and the Pirates here in the best team I've ever seen tournament. And the Cubs have jumped out to a 4-1 lead, and in the bottom of the second, they are threatening to do more damage. The pitch to Sosa is a 4-6-6. Tabaka a control? No. Is Sosa a home run king or a slugger? The decider, he is a semi-home run, semi-hero, semi-slugger, semi-home run king. The decider die says no, so he will not be a slugger. We're going to roll the decider die again to see if he's a home run king. And the decider die says no again. And the result of the play is going to be a difficult ground out to the choice infielder. The choice infielder will be the first baseman, Kevin Young. And on a lead die of 4, runners advance 1 base on ground outs. So, Sosa grounds out 3-1, and the runners will move up a base. So Sandberg moves to third. Grace moves to second. And there are now 2 men out for the left-handed batting Rick Wilkins. Tabaka trying to put an end to the rally here without any further damage and keep the Pirates close. The roll is a 1-4-5. Is Tabaka a struggler? No. Nothing in the batter's column. That is going to go as a ground ball to first base, and that will end the inning. So nice job by Jeff Tabaka coming in off the bench to retire the 2 men that he faced and hold the Cubs scoreless in the bottom of the second. As we go to the third, it's still a 4-1 ball game in favor of Chicago, with the Pirates looking to dig into the deficit against Cubs lefty Greg Hibbert. And here's Womack leading things off. Womack digs in against Hibbert, who delivers a 5-5-5. Is the pitcher an ace or a star? No. Is the batter a scrapper? Yes. And that's going to go as a looping single to center field. If he were not a scrambler, that would have been a home run ball. But Womack leads off with a single. He's an active runner against a Gold Glove catcher. But with a 3-run deficit, we're not going to attempt any stolen base in this situation. We're going to let Jose Guillen hit away. The pitch to Guillen is a 2-4-5. Nothing on the pitcher column. Is the batter hero? He's a semi-hero. The decider die says yes, and that's a single to left field. That ball drops in front of Tony Womack, so Womack will stop at second. But quickly, the first two have reached, and the tying run is at the plate for the Pirates in the person of Kevin Young. Young facing off against Hibbert. The roll is a 4-5-5. Is Hibbert a flash? No. Is Young a home run king? No. That's going to be a ground out to first base. And with the lead die of 4, that will move the runners up. So that's going to be an out. It's going to go as 3-1, and the runners will advance. And with 1 out now in the inning, runners at second and third, the batter will be Turner Ward. Ward is your cold guy tonight. And nursing a 3-run lead, the Cubs are going to play the infield back. The pitch from Hibbert is a 2-2-5. Is Hibbert a star? No. Is Ward a slugger or a sad sack? No. That's going to be a single to center field. Tony Womack will score. Is Guillen an active runner? No, he is a normal runner, so he will stop at third. An active runner could have scored on that play. But 1 run at a time, Womack scores on the base hit by Ward, and it is now a 4-2 ball game. And that puts runners at the corners now for the left-handed batter, Al Martin. 4-2 ball game. The infield is going to play back and hope for the double play that could get them out of this inning. As the tying run sits with Turner Ward at first base. The roll is a 3-5-6. Are the batter and the pitcher the same? Yes, they are. Both are lefties, and that is a strikeout. Big out for Hibbert and the Cubs. As there are now 2 men out, the infield can play back, and Luke Collier, the shortstop, is your 2-out hitter. The pitch to Collier, 2-5-6. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Is the batter a champion or patient? No. And this is going to be infield drama. Infield drama for the Cubbies with 2 outs. The roll is a 4-4. Is the pitcher Gold? The pitcher is a neutral fielder, so he is not able to handle the bad hop back to the mound. He mishandles the ball, and the batter will be safe at first on the error. My goodness, what a play that is. That is going to go as an error on the pitcher. And everybody is going to move up a base. Ian will score. Ward moves into second, and Collier is safe at first. It is now a 4-3 ball game, and that brings Doug Strange to the plate, the number 8 hole hitter, and that will take us to the red chart, which is the player experience chart. Strange is a semi-icon batter. Hibbert is a neutral pitcher. The roll on the play is a 4-6. Do we have an icon pitcher? No. So he does not sneak strike 3 past the batter. Instead, it is a hard shot to shallow right field. A great play by the first baseman to the pitcher for the out at first. So a heroic play in the field by Mark Grace ends the inning. Grace saved a run on that hard shot by Doug Strange and managed to get the ball over to Hibbert in time to retire Strange at first and end the inning. So fine defense by Mark Grace. Reserve his lead for now, but as we head to the bottom of the third, it's already a 4-3 ball game. What an interesting ball game it has been here tonight. And Jeff Tabaka is out for his second inning of work. He will be semi-fresh this inning, and he will face 6, 7, and 8, Steve Buechele, Ray Sanchez, and Willie Wilson. They're going to need to stretch Tabaka out because the Pirates' bullpen is a little bit thin after a grueling series here against the Cubs. So Tabaka is pitching to Buechele. Tabaka winds and delivers a 1-2-6. Is Tabaka fresh? He is semi-fresh. The decider die says no. Is Buechele a sad sack? No. That is going to be a single past second base. So Buechele gets a single to lead things off, and the hit parade continues for both teams. And that takes us to the right now chart. Your batter is Ray Sanchez. He singled in the first inning, or excuse me, in his first at bat, which would have been the first inning when the Cubbies batted around. So Sanchez is semi-hot, and after the base hit to Buechele, Tabaka is semi-cold as we go to the right now chart. The pitch is a 2-6. Do we have a hot pitcher? No. The pitch misses and is driven into right field for a base hit. And on a lead die of 2, the runner advances 1 base. Buechele is a stoic runner, so he's going to pull in at second base. But that's going to go as another base hit. And once again, the Cubbies are making some noise. Willie Wilson now is your batter, with runners at first and second and nobody out against Jeff Tabaka. The pitch is a 3-5-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Is the batter a champion? No. Is the batter a whiffer? He is a semi-whiffer. The decider die says no. And the result of this play is going to be a ground out to second base. And on a lead die of 3, that goes as a fielder's choice. So score that 4-6. Buechele moves to third. Sanchez is out at second base on the force out. And I did that wrong, so we're going to have to undo that. That is not an out, that is an in play and a fielder's choice. There we go, 4-6. Buechele safe at third. Sanchez out at second on the force play. Willie Wilson safe at first. There we go. So now we have runners on the corners. Wilson and Buechele. And the batter is Greg Hibbert. And Hibbert is an awful hitter, full utility, full sad sack. So we've got some options here. We could go and let him hit away and see if he can make something happen. Not likely. We could try a squeeze bunt. I don't try those very often. But we do have a strategy card for that. Or we could just do a straight up sacrifice, hold Buechele at third, and try and move Wilson into scoring position. So let's see if we've got a squeeze bunt card here that we can use. Or are we just going to have to do this off the standard bunt chart? Yeah, I don't see a specific squeeze bunt play here. So let's think. What would the Cubbies do in this situation? They're ahead by a run. You've got a very slow base runner at third in Steve Buechele. Willie Wilson is the stoic is runner at first. He is an old Willie Wilson, so he is a normal runner. He's not a speedy runner as he would have been in his younger days. So we're going to let the decider die decide. If we get the pip, we're going to go for the squeeze bunt. If we get the blank, we are going to let him hit away. And we're going to go for the squeeze bunt. This will be exciting. So what is going to happen here? The roll is a 1. And on a 1, safe at first. Runners advance. And the decider die says that is a bunt single. So how about that? Hibbert gets down a bunt single. Buechele will score, and Wilson will move to second base. So we'll score that as a single. It looks like a line drive in the scorebook as Buechele scores, and it is now a 5-2 ball game. Willie Wilson pulls in at second, and Hibbert holds at first. 5-3 ball game, excuse me. And Dwight Smith is now your batter. Let's see, Tabaka is not yet a struggler because he did retire Sanchez, and they do that by number of consecutive guys allowed to be on base. So Tabaka is not a struggler. He is the lefty facing the lefty Dwight Smith, as it is desperate times here for the Pirates. They have got to stop the Cubs from scoring any more runs. And on a roll of 5-6-6, is the pitcher wild? No. Does the batter have a good eye? No. That is going to go as a strikeout. So Dwight Smith strikes out looking against Tabaka. The runners hold up. And takes us to the baseball right now chart as Ryan Sandberg comes to the plate. Sandberg is 2 for 2, so he is semi-hot. Tabaka is also now semi-hot after the strikeout of Dwight Smith. And the roll is a 2-4. Do we have a hot batter? Yes, we do. He reaches for the outside pitch and connects on a bloop single over shortstop. And on a lead of 2 with 2 outs, an active runner will score and other runners will hold. Willie Wilson is a normal runner, so he's going to have to hold up on the single, and that will load the bases for the hot-hitting Mark Grace. As the mood in Wrigley Field gets more and more excited. The fans on their feet as Grace has a chance to put this game almost out of reach for the Cubbies. Tabaka bearing down, lefty against left-hand batter. The roll is a 2-5-5. Is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is a star, and that's a strikeout. How about that? Mark Grace strikes out to end the inning, and that is a huge strikeout for Tabaka. Correction, that's not going to go as a strikeout because Grace is a good eye, but that is going to go as a ground out to first. So the inning is still over, and the Cubs do not score any further damage. But that will go as a 3-1 ground out to end the inning. And after 3 innings complete, it has been an eventful ball game here, and it is a 5-3 lead in favor of the Cubs as Greg Hibbert comes back out to the mound for his 4th inning of work. And Jeff Tabaka is scheduled to lead off, and they're going to take him down. He's done his job for an inning and 2/3. And they are going to bring in a pinch hitter for the Pirates. In case you missed the top of the broadcast, Freddie Garcia is out of action with an injury for the Pirates today by virtue of the pregame manager roles. So they are 1 guy short on the bench. And they would like to find a righty with the chance to get on base here. And they are going to go with Adrian Brown. Adrian Brown will lead things off for the Pirates. He is a full hero and a scrapper, so they just need him to get on base and get the inning started for the Pirates. So Tabaka comes down, and Adrian Brown will be your pinch hitter. So Brown digs in to face Hibbert. Nobody on, nobody out, top of the 4th inning. Cubs leading 5-3. The pitch to the pinch hitter Adrian Brown is a 3-6-6. Nothing on the pitcher's column. Oh, and how about this? Is the batter a pinch hitter? Yes, he is. That is a single to right field. Managerial genius here by Dave as we get a leadoff single for Adrian Brown to start off the top of the 4th inning for the Pirates. That brings Jason Kendall to the plate. Kendall over for flyouts. Digging in against Hibbert. The pitch is a 1-3-3. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a slugger? No. That's going to be a fly out to left field. So the first man is retired as Adrian Brown holds up. Brown is a normal runner. Tony Womack now is your batter, and he is your hot guy of the night for the Pirates. Lefty against left-hand batter, the roll is a 4.55. Is the pitcher a flash? No. Is the batter a home run king? No. That's a ground out to first base. And on a lead die of 4, that is going to advance the runner. So score that an out. It's a ground out. We'll call that 3 unassisted. And we will move Adrian Brown to second base. And with 2 outs now and a runner in scoring position, the batter is Jose Guillen. Guillen against Hibbard. The pitch is a 3-4-5. Do we have an iron catcher? No. We have a gold catcher. Does the batter have a good eye? No. And that is going to be a strikeout. So Hibbard rises up and gets the strikeout of Jose Guillen to end the inning. And the Pirates are scoreless in the top of the 4th. This is a 5-3 ball game. And the Pirates now need a fresh pitcher. Adrian Brown will leave the game. And the pitcher will go back into the number 9 hole. And let's see what we've got in terms of available relief help. Elmer Descends is the most fresh guy available, although he is a semi-struggler. Mike Williams has pitched in the last 2 games, and he's a later inning guy. Ricardo Rincon is a lefty and a star. And coming to plate is Sosa, Wilkins, Buechele, righty, lefty, righty. It is the bottom of the 4th inning, but it is an elimination game for the Pirates. So they're not going to mess around with Elmer Descends. They're going to bring Rincon into the game, and he's available for 2 innings based on his bullpen usage. If we do that, he'll be burned for the next 2 days. This is a do-or-die situation, so Rincon is your guy. So Tucker comes out, Rincon comes in, and Rincon will go to the number 9 hole in the batting order. And that should do it. So Ricardo Rincon is your pitcher. Sammy Sosa is the batter to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Cubbies still with a 5-3 lead. And the first pitch of the inning is a 1-3-4. Do we have a gold catcher? No. Kendall is neutral. Do we have a champion hitter? No. And that is going to take us to the outfield drama chart. What is going to happen on the outfield drama chart? The roll is a 1-4. Is the first baseman iron? Kevin Young is the first baseman. He is a neutral fielder, so he does not have a slow reaction to that pitch. He makes the play for an easy ground out. Score that 3-1 in your playbook. And Sosa is retired for the first out of the inning. Rick Wilkins now is your batter. Batting lefty against the left-handed reliever Rincon. 2-3-5 is the roll. Is the pitcher wild? No. Is the batter eager? No. That's going to go as a ground out to second base. Quickly, 2 men are out now for the Pirates. And this may be the first, or for the Cubs, excuse me. This may be the first 1-2-3 inning we've seen for the Cubs if Rincon can get Buechele out here. Let's hope I just didn't jinx the Cubs. 1-3-3. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the best slugger? The decider die says yes, and that is a home run to center field for Steve Buechele. I sure did jinx the pitcher on that play, as Buechele gets all of that one, and he takes it out over the center field wall, and it is a 6-3 ball game. Buechele goes yard once again in this series. He touches them all, and the Pirates have once again fallen behind by 3, 6-3, as Ray Sanchez comes to the plate. The pitch to Sanchez is a 1-1-6. Is the pitcher fresh? Yes, he is fresh, and that's a strikeout, but the damage has been done. So we are through 4 complete in a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Cubbies. And for the top of the 5th, Greg Hibbert is returning to the mound, and although it's been a struggle for Hibbert here tonight, he has a chance to qualify for the victory if he can get through the top of the fifth here against the Pirates. He's going to have to go through the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Kevin Young, Turner Ward, and Al Martin. And the pitch to Young is a 1-4-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Nothing in the batter column, and that's going to go as a ground out to third base. And that is your first out of the inning. Turner Ward comes to the plate now. He is the cold guy, facing Hibbert. And the pitch to Ward is a 2-5-6. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Is the batter a champion or patient? No. That takes us to the infield drama chart. What is going to happen in the Cubbies infielder this time around? The roll is a 1-3. Is the third baseman iron? That's Buechele. He's semi-gold. So he is not going to bungle the routine grounder. Instead, he's going to turn that into a routine 5-3 ground out for the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs, Al Martin steps to the plate. Martin has doubled and struck out tonight. Hibbert winds and delivers. It's a 1-2-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Is the batter patient? No. Is the batter a whiffer? Yes. And that is a strikeout to end the inning. So Martin strikes out again, and we are now through 4.5 innings. Halfway home, and it's a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Cubs. Ricardo Rincon has 1 inning left in his left arm, and he's going to face 8, 9, and 1 here in the bottom of the fifth as the Cubs as the Pirates desperately try to keep this one close. Willie Wilson will be your leadoff batter. And on a 3-6-6, there's nothing on the pitcher's column. Is this a pinch hitter? No, not this time. That's a fly out to center field. And that will bring Greg Hibbert to the plate. Hibbert, not a good hitter. He is protecting 3-run lead. And we've got the bottom of the order coming up for the Cubbies. For the Pirates in the next inning. But the Cubs bullpen is a mess. They had a loss in game 1 where they used almost everybody. They had to use 6 different pitchers in game 2 before they pulled out the 3 in the bottom of the 9th. So they're going to have to ride Hibbert for another inning or so. And they're going to let him bat against Rincon. Full utility, full sad sack, and all of that. Pitch is a 1-2-3. Is the pitcher both flash and fresh? He is flash. The decider die says he is fresh. So that will go as a strikeout. And with 2 outs, it will be Dwight Smith at the top of the order for the Cubbies. The pitch from Rincon is a 1-2-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Is the batter patient? No. Is he a whiffer? The decider die says no. So that'll be a ground out to third base to end the inning. And Rincon gets his job done. All right, so that's going to be it for Ricardo Rincon, and he's going to be done for the next 2 games because he has pitched 4 innings over the last 3 games. Actually, he'll just be out for game 8 should the Pirates make it that far. But Rincon is done, and Hibbert is coming back out for the Pirates here, for the Cubs here to start the top of the 6th. And he'll face the bottom of the order with Lou Collier to lead things off. The pitch to Collier, 1-5-5. Is the pitcher fresh? He is semi-fresh, but the decider die says no. Is the batter a home run king or a sad sack? No. That's going to go as a double to left. So the Pirates ain't done making noise yet. And quickly the bullpen is up for the Cubs as Doug Strange comes to the plate. The pitch from Hibbert, 2-5-5. Is the pitcher a star? No. Is the batter a home run king? No. That's a fly out to left field. Warning track power for Doug Strange. He is a scrapper, so it's not even warning track power. It's just a can of corn as Dwight Smith moves under it to make a catch for the first out of the inning. And now it is time for a pinch hitter for Rincon. And what have the Pirates got here? Let's see, Manny Martinez is a semi-slugger. Jermaine Allensworth is a semi-champion and a scrapper. Polkovich, not much. Aramis Ramirez, semi-utility. Keith Osick, semi-utility. So we're going to go with Manny Martinez. It's a bat for Hibbert. And see if Martinez can do some damage. Martinez will face Hibbert batting for Rincon. So Manny Martinez, number 30 in your lineups. Number 1 in your hearts is Manny Martinez. Runner at second, 1 out. Hibbert delivers. It's a 1-3-4. Do we have a gold catcher? Yes, we do, and that is a strikeout. Martinez caught looking, and Jason Kendall will be your 2-out batter for the Pirates. Kendall against Hibbert. 2-3-3 is the pitch. Is the pitcher an ace or a star? No. Is the batter a slugger? No. And that is a fly out to center field. And that ends the inning. So the leadoff double goes to waste, as the Pirates can do no damage, and it remains a 6-3 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. And the Pirates need a new pitcher. 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Sandberg, Grace, Sosa. What to do, what to do, what to do. Mike Williams is the best choice here. He has pitched 2 games in a row, so he can go a couple of innings, but if he does, then he won't be available for Game 8. But the Pirates are just hoping to survive Game 7 at this point in time. So they're using all they're going to use every bullet in the gun, as it will be Mike Williams for the 3rd straight game coming to the mound for Pittsburgh. And he will face Ryan Sandberg to lead things off for the Cubbies. Bottom of the 6th inning. Oh, and Nurse Teresa says hi. We'll say hello to Nurse Teresa from Dave and Nurse Sharon. Pitch to Sandberg, 4-4-5. Is Williams a workman? No. Is Sandberg patient? No. That's a ground out to first base. Score that 3-1. And Mark Grace will be your batter. Nobody on, 1 man out. The hot-hitting Grace faces Mike Williams. 2-6-6 is the roll. Is there a runner on first? No. Is this a leadoff batter? No. That's a fly out to right field. And that is the 2nd out of the inning. And that brings Sammy Sosa to the plate. The pitch to Sosa is a 1-3-6. Is Williams an ace? Yes, he is. That is a strikeout. So Sammy Sosa whiffs, ending Mike Williams. It's a 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th. So they're doing their best, the bullpen, to keep it close, but the offense has to do some damage here in the top of the 7th, as Greg Hibbert is going to come out for another inning and face Tony Womack, Jose Guillen, and Kevin Young. If Hibbert can get through this stretch, the Cubs are going to be in very good shape. But there is double-barreled action going now in the Chicago bullpen. Womack to lead things off. 4-5-6 is your roll. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter patient? No, he's eager. That's a fly out to center field. And with 1 out, Jose Guillen will be your batter, and that's going to take us to the team chemistry chart. The team chemistry chart is a good thing for the Cubs right now. The roll is a 2-5. Do we have pitching team dissonance? No, we do not. And that will be a running catch of the fly ball in right field. So Sammy Sosa runs under it and makes the catch, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. So Hibbert struggled early, but he has settled down, and he is taking care of business for the Cubbies here in inning number 7. As with 2 outs and nobody on, Kevin Young comes to the plate. The pitch to Young is a 1-2-4. Is Hibbert a control? Yes, he is. That's a ground out to shortstop, and that ends the inning. So Greg Hibbert just keeps mowing him down. Pirates haven't scored a run since the third inning when they pulled to within 4-3. Chicago's added a couple of insurance runs to make it a 6-3 ball game as we head to the bottom of the seventh, with Mike Williams available for one more inning of work for Pittsburgh. He's going to face the left-handed slugger, the catcher Rick Wilkins. The pitch to Wilkins is a 2-4-4. Is Williams an ace? Yes, he is, and that's a fly out to center field. Turner Ward moves under that to make the catch for the first out of the inning, and up comes Steve Buechele. Buechele has been amazing tonight. He's doubled, he's singled, he's homered. All he needs is a triple for the cycle. But the chances of Buechele scoring a triple with his stoic running, he's got about as much chance of hitting a triple as I do of becoming president in 2020. Pitch to Buechele is a 1-2-6. Is the pitcher fresh? He is semi-fresh. The decider die says yes, and that's going to be a line out to second base. So Buechele's hopes for the cycle are dashed, and Ray Sanchez is your two-out batter. Pitch to Sanchez is a 1-4-4. Is the pitcher a flash? Yes, he is, and that is a strikeout. There's a pair of glasses next to that strikeout, which indicates that if we have a questionable or lenient umpire behind home plate, he would call ball 4. Clinton Parks is your home plate umpire. He is semi-questionable. The decider die says no. So Clinton Parks rings him up to end the inning. And the umpires in the stands are not real happy with Clinton Parks for that call. But we are through 7 complete innings, and it is still a 6-3 ball game, as the Pirates just have 2 more chances to get something done here against Greg Hibbert. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7 to start things off, and Hibbert is still going strong, although he is no longer fresh nor semi-fresh at this point in the game. Turner Ward leading off against Hibbert. The roll is a 3-4-6. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter eager? No. That's going to be a base on balls, and that is going to be it for Greg Hibbert. So Ward draws the lead off, and Hibbert goes 7+ innings of really, really good baseball. He gave up 3 runs on 7 hits. He's responsible for Turner Ward. He can win this game. He cannot lose it. So in the 8th, who will come on to set things up for the Cubbies? The batter is Al Martin. He's going to be followed by Lou Collier and Doug Stearns. Martin by far the most dangerous hitter in this lineup. So we're going to want one of the available lefties if we can get it. But again, the Cubs bullpen is in rough shape. And just for fun, I'll put the bullpen chart on screen. I don't know if a lot of you use bullpen charting in some of your tournaments. This is from the old Stratomatic tournaments I used to play in. And the rule is that a reliever cannot go 4 days in a row. The reliever can go as much as 4 innings over a 4-game stretch. This is day 7 of the tournament. Day 4 was an off day, so we're looking at day 5 and day 6. So everybody is available. But just about everybody was used in Game 6. So, among the lefties we have available would be Chuck McElroy and Dan Plesac, both of whom are semi-workmen. So, just below average. And we've got Bautista and Bosky as righties. Bautista has been used in just about every game this series. He is the normal setup guy. And of course, Randy Myers, your closer, is available if need be. So if we use Plesac or McElroy can pitch today and still be available in Game 8. And Plesac has also the semi-control rating, so he is a slightly better pitcher. So it will be Dan Plesac coming into the game now to face Al Martin, as Hibbard leaves to a very enthusiastic round of applause from the Wrigley Field faithful. So Hibbard comes down after 7+ innings to be replaced by Dan Plesac. And Plesac will go directly into 9 hole in the batting order. So Al Martin steps in to face Dan Plesac. Turner Ward at first base. Nobody out, top of the 8th. Pirates trying to get back into this one. Gutshot says go for Plesac. All right, good call, Gutshot. Let's see if the call works out here. 3-3-3 is the roll. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a utility or a sad sack? He is a semi-utility, and the decider die says yes. So that goes as a foul out to first base. Oh, if it wasn't for decider die, that would have been a triple to the gap. So the decider die giveth, and in this case, the decider die taketh away on the pop-up to first base for the first out of the inning, and Turner Ward forced to hold. Lou Collier now is your next batter. He is a righty. Steps in against Plesac on a 3-5-5. Is Plesac a struggler? No. Is Collier a champion? Not on your life. Is he a whiffer? Yes, he is, and that's a strikeout. Once again, Ward holds at first, and Doug Strange is now the batter. Let's see, we could pull Strange for Ramos Ramirez to play third base, and we would get a slightly better chance for a hit. So yeah, what the heck? We gotta shoot the gun now while we got the chance. So Ramos Ramirez, the rookie, is coming into the game to hit for Doug Strange. We went with Strange for the glove, and Ramirez is now coming in for a slightly better bat, as he is in the 8 hole. Ramirez against Plesac. Turner Ward still perched at first base with 2 men out now in the 8th. The roll is a 1-6-6. Is the pitcher a workman? He's a semi-workman, and the decider die says no. Is the batter a whiffer? Yes, indeed he is, and that's a strikeout. So the decider die did not do the Pirates any favors in that inning, as they go scoreless down once again with the strikeout to Ramirez, and we now go to the bottom of the 8th. And the Pirates need a pitcher to replace Williams. Ramirez will stay in the game to play third. So Strange comes out, and Ramos Ramirez stays in the game to play third, who was a disaster in the last game here in the bottom of the 8th. All right, I think we've got everybody in the right place. Christensen on the mound, Ramirez, Collier, Womack, and Young in the infield. Al Martin, Turner Ward, Jose Guillen in the outfield, Jason Cam behind the plate. All right, so Christensen is in, and Willie Wilson is in to lead off the inning for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 8th, as they bat for what they hope will be the final time. Willie Wilson, 1-1-5. Is the pitcher fresh? Yes, he is. That is a pop fly to the shortstop. And that will bring to the plate a pinch hitter for Plesac. So who do the Cubs have to take their swings against the lefty Jason Christensen? Let's see. Oh, they've got Eric Yelding. He's a hot guy. So yeah, let's get Eric Yelding out there. The pregame manager chart said that Yelding is a hot hitter tonight. So even though he's a full utility, we're going to run him out there to pinch hit for Pleasant. Because why not? The fans cheering for Eric Yelding. Go Yelding, go Yelding, go. Christensen throws a 1-4-6. Is he a flash? Yes, he is a flash, and Yelding strikes out swinging. All right, that's a strikeout. And that is the second out of the inning, and here comes Dwight Smith, the leadoff batter for the Cubbies. The roll to Smith is a 1-4-6. Is Christensen a flash? Yes, he is. That's another strikeout. And good inning for Christensen here in the bottom of the 8th. And retires the side in order. And it will be the closer, Randy Myers, now coming in for the Cubs to slam the door on the Pirates here with a 3-run lead in the bottom of the 9th. No goofing around. Christensen is going to be replaced by a pinch hitter. They need base runners, so they are going to go with their semi-champion pinch hitter, Jermaine Allensworth. Allensworth will lead off against Randy Myers. The Cubs hoping to avoid the type of bullpen meltdown that killed the Pirates in Game 2 of this series. The pitch to Allensworth, 1-4-5. Is Myers a struggler? No. That goes as a ground out to third base. That is the first out of the inning. Cubs fans here regularly are on their feet as the Cubs hope to advance to the round of 8 in the best team I've ever seen tournament. Jason Kendall next up for the Pirates. The pitch to Kendall, 1-1-6. Is the pitcher fresh? He is fresh, and that is a strikeout. Randy Myers blows away Jason Kendall. And the last hope for the Pirates is not hitting Tony Womack. Lefty against left-hand batter. Myers spots the sign, winds and delivers. 2-3-3 is the roll. Is Myers an ace or a star? He is a star. That's a ground out to shortstop, and that is your ball game. How about that? Boy, it sure got quiet in the last 5 innings. The first 4 innings of that ball game were crazy. But the Cubs built a 6-3 lead through 4 innings, and they made it stand up the rest of the way as Tony Womack grounds out to the shortstop. Ray Sanchez makes the play over to Mark Grace, and that, my friends, is your ball game. So your final score here tonight, the Chicago Cubs 6 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 3. Your starting pitchers are the pitchers of record. So the victory for the Cubs goes to Greg Hibbard, who put in 7+ innings of very solid work, settling down after a rough start. The losing pitcher is Chris Peters, who had that first inning blow up. And the save tonight goes to Randy Myers. So thank you, fans, for checking out tonight's ball game. Al Red Sox fan, Gutshot High Noon, thanks for being here. I know Philip Reynolds was here earlier in the night. And so everybody who stopped by the ballpark, thank you for joining us. And if you're catching this game on the channel on a replay basis, we appreciate your checking this out as well, as the Chicago Cubs wrap up a series win over the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that moves the Cubs into the final 8 of the best team I've ever seen tournament. The final score once again, the Cubs 6, the Pirates 3. Thanks everybody for coming out to the park tonight. That's our stream, and I am out of here.